first challenge is waterfowl capture behavior, e.g. pruning. We're in the right location, so let's get on with it. Ah, here we go. Here's a place to go. Now, let's just call Dora back. Come. Yes, the number one rule is avoid disturbing the animals. Never disturb the animals. All the actions that I've put on there, which is around about 30 random different actions, some which I think are going to be very interesting with certain subjects and may not even be plausible. Now, this is a place which is perfect for what I need. Now, as you can see, I can get very low to the ground. Be very careful doing this. My camera is water resistant. You can sit in there and then just get yourself into position. Actually, what I would actually advise doing first is actually getting the subject in focus first. When you get it down here, it's going to be very hard to find. There he is. And that way you can get very low to the ground, and I advise taking more shots than you need.
All of these places I've been, they don't feel like forever, but each step I'm taking, it seems like I'm finding myself.
And that's how you do this. It is very tricky, but it allows you to get very low to the ground. Now, the other option is getting into the water itself, which I don't fancy walking around all day wet. I have got to change of clothes, but I've only got a certain amount of change of clothes, and we've got a lot of photos to do today. Welcome to the Forest of Dean, folks. I've set myself a challenge. It's currently 5:30 in the morning, and I've set up a Google Sheets with some scripting on it, and it selects a random animal, waterfowl, birds, insects and mammals, or any if I'm very lucky, and an action I need to capture on screen. For every one I get right, I get 1 point. For every one I fail, I get -2 points. You're going to join me along this journey, and we're going to capture the best images we possibly can, and it's going to be mainly photos. However, I am going to record what I'm doing, and hopefully you may learn a few little tricks along the way. Now, we're looking for a bird in the sky, a silhouette in the sky. So what are we going to do here? We're going to untangle ourselves because we are very much tangled. Now, if I want to capture a bird in the sky, presumably it's going to be flying. And depending on the size of that bird, depends on the shutter speed. So if we're going to increase our shutter speed, you need to do a couple of things. You need to lower your f-stop, if possible, which F9 is about as low as I'm going to go anyway, and that's fine. And we need to increase your ISO, or ISO as it's actually technically known as. So if the bird is flying, we want to prepare for it to be flying. So let's go to, I'm going to start at 1600. Now the ISO is going to be 25,600, quite a lot. Now, there's one thing I could do, is I could take the teleconverter off, but I don't want to. That would also bring down my f-stop to 6.3 and make the lens a little bit faster, just a touch faster. And it will also allow me to find the animal a lot quicker as well. Now, actually, saying that, I'm going to take this off the tripod, monopod. From now on, if I say tripod, I mean monopod. The reason being is, it's not so bad, but that allows me, if you see a bird, not a plane, a bird, put your eye on the bird, follow the bird, and then bring your camera up to your eye, not the other way around. If you're pretty lucky, most of the time the bird is right where you want it to be. That's how you find a bird very quickly, with a really long lens. Right, where's these birds in silhouettes? Now the shutter speed I got at 1600, but if I was going to get something like the kingfisher in flight, I would have to bring it up to 1/320 a second. I've set it at that high because I can bring it down a lot quicker than bringing it up. And presumably I'm bringing it down because the animal is sitting still. Right, there we go. Pre-focus on there. It's a pigeon. This one is photograph a bird at a low angle. Now someone put a bird feeder up in there. I put some peas in it this morning. Now let's get it at a low angle.
I've searched for gold and I've uncovered all kinds of treasure, but I take it all and I give it to somebody else, 'cause none of that means much.
Now that chaffinch is a definite pass. That's a low angle in the trees, and I took down the shutter speed just to get that extra light, because it is still quite dark for the camera. In fact, it's so dark I'm going to take the teleconverter off, but I'm still going to carry it around with me. Right, let's go for the next animal. The next animal is capture a reflection in the water. Now obviously I'm seeing straight away that swan, so let's make our way down that way and go and get ourselves a reflection in the water. Hello little ducky, what are you doing down there? There's a little runoff. There's an alligator there as well. They're only young. I'm going to go on to one of the fishing things to see if I can get there. And I'm just going to go for the swan, because the swan is going to give you the best reflection because of the white in a dark water. This water is actually very clear, and I wish I actually brought my little camera boat to stick it on. But yesterday, you might see some videos now of the, I believe, carp were swimming along the top, because it was quite a hot day yesterday. So they were on the surface, swimming along. There he is. The only problem is he's too close now. Can I see him from the jetty up here? Spot, a bit too high. Take that off. Recording all that stuff. So I'm going to lower this down to about there. You had to go behind the bush, didn't you? So what I am actually going to do is lower this like this. Lower this down and bring out this, just so I can get a little bit lower. So I'll put that through there, so that's nice and secure. And I should be pointing it at him. There we go. So, because he's not moving particularly fast, I'm just going to go 400. 640 should be more than enough. I'm going to call that a pass. That's a reflection. So the next one gonna be, oh, we've glitched it out. Okay, fair enough. Right, we're gonna go and capture a pair or group of any animals. Well, how convenient is that? Now, I want it wider to be able to capture a group. So I think I'm going to change over to, should we change over to, yeah, the 24 to 70. Let's do that. One thing I have got is peas. Now, because I want to capture a group, you want a wide aperture. So to bring them closer, I've got some peas. Oh. And he's come to join us. I'm going to use the peas as a way of getting them to go where I want them to go, which is over there. Again, trying to get as low as I possibly can. See, I've changed my mind. So I'm going to go for the 70 to 200. This one's just not got enough reach on it, which is fine. I know I didn't bring your bed, did I? Go and get your bed. Now they are lovely set up. So I'm gonna next one is photograph a mammal in shade or filtered light. Right. Now what I done yesterday is I went into the woods . Plenty of water. What do you reckon, Dora? Does that look good? Yeah? Well, you look good in that. Now, because I'm going to go and get some mammals, I am going to put on my hood, because I want to look sexy, and my gloves. Now, obviously, if you are going after mammals, don't wear any spray that is going to give you away. Ideally, you want something which doesn't smell like a... And that goes for your clothing as well. You can get something called Eco No Smell or Eco Smell or something like that. Ideally, what I should do is blacken, put some face paint on. The trail cam and some food along here, just for this situation. Now, ideally, I would want it there for at least a week or two, but we haven't got that privilege. ideally would want to set up a baiting station, like a food station, for a week. I'm only going to give it like 20 minutes, I suppose, now. And then I'm going to go to plan B. It's been about half an hour. It wasn't very much a long shot. But the path I come in, well, it goes up there. And there's another path which goes up there. So I'm pretty confident I'm not going to get lost in the woods, which is fine. So we'll go up this way and pray that we see something. Now I want to get something a little bit more exciting than a squirrel if I possibly can. But plan B is to go to a car park which is over that way. And I know there's a feeding table there. Get back to the path. So we're on this path. So we'll walk up that way, over the stream, and down that way.
Called home, a place called home.
I had to get the wren, which was sat there so nicely on the top. He's got into that tree now, but we're still going after the mammals. Made it to the car park. I know that there's a table that someone set up. There's a little bird table here. I say bird table, but there's 3 or 4 squirrels going towards it. That's a nice place. I've actually put a proper branch on there and some seed down here. I have to bear that in mind. Tomorrow, there we go, some lovely peas. So I'm going to call that a success. It's actually turned out better than I thought. And we go on to the next challenge. The next challenge is waterfowl, capture the animal's shadow. Now we're in a good place for the waterfowl, but let's see what we can do. Fine, I just want to have a look-see and see if we go over here. Is there any duckies on the other side? Actually, what about the moorhens in the middle? Ah! Come here! You'll be in trouble. Let's go into the middle over there, eh? You want a drink? Is that what you were after earlier? A drink? I need a drink, Daddy. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. Let's have a look. Yeah, no. There you go. Yeah, you like them. No, I've got waterfowl I need to get a shadow of, which is going to be extremely difficult because there's no sun. Or very limited sun. But we'll see what we can do. Oh, they stood by it. Bugger. Dora, stay. I mean, old bum. Right, try and get them to come out of the water again. See, there's only one problem. There is no shadow. The only shadow I can get is underneath them. So I think I'm going to have to put this one down to a fail. Ah, dear, no, dear, dear. We tried, but there's just no shadow. Something a little different, does it? So the next one is any animal. Use a natural frame. Ooh. Now that's going to be interesting. Natural frame. So the seat is not a natural frame. I reckon we need to be on that side. Is that bread or is that duck food?
Eh?
Is that bread or duck food?
Duck food and bread.
Bread's not brilliant for them. It gives them something called angel wing.
Eh?
Bread is not good for them. It gives them something called angel wing because it's got no nutrients in for them. Good thing for them is peas or oats. But bread's not great for them.
They've been having 2 or 3 loaves of bread a day and they seem to be coming on all right.
Yeah, it's just got no nutrients in for them. It's empty character.
There ain't a lot of nutrients in there.
Yeah, yeah, they're better off with oats or peas. Eat peas, they love. So. I've heard it.
You've heard, I don't know what you heard, but we have just watched a pair.
Oh yeah.
Just standing beyond where those white things are, sort of where those people are.
Yeah.
Now, between the white, we just watched a pair zipping across the...
Ah, I've heard him a couple of times. I did see him this morning, but didn't get a chance to see him properly.
Very well.
Someone said there's a... Where is he? Kingfisher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that squeak is a kingfisher. Alright, we won't come there now.
Well, yeah, come on.
But you hear that peep, that peep, that's them. Now while we wait for the kingfisher to hopefully show its face, let's quickly talk about the triangle. The triangle is shutter speed, aperture and ISO. To get the balance, to get the light right, you've got to adjust them. Now I personally set it to manual, have ISO on auto, which most cameras can do. I don't think there's very many which don't allow that function. I have control of the shutter speed and have control of the aperture. Now the aperture I tend to go about, if this hasn't got the teleconverter on, I go 7, and if it has, then I go probably 9 or 10. Generally, if you go a little bit under wide open, it tends to be slightly sharper. But these days the lenses are so sharp that it doesn't matter unless you pixel peep. Now when it comes to shutter speed, it depends on your subject. Now if you're recording something like a kingfisher in flight, you want 1/3200 or more, ideally. If you're recording a heron in flight, then you really want probably about 2000 or 1600 plus. Bigger the animal, generally the slower it goes in flight. If it's sat down, you can then go to slower shutter speed. And if the kingfisher is sat down, I can then lower that, especially when I'm on the monopod. The monopod does certainly help, but a tripod would have been better. I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not talking to you. Do you want a kiss? She's wagging your tail. I can feel. Now, obviously, ISO, I'm not too worried about. I go up to 20,000, which I tend to get a reasonable result using DxO Pure Labs. Or if you've got your own editing software, you can use DxO Pure Raw. And if you want to get some really, really incredible results, get yourself a Nick collection. All the links on my website. I'm going to actually upload not the RAW, but a JPEG RAW and a JPEG of the amended for you to look at yourself and pixel peep and see what they're like. With getting the kingfisher, I might try in a bit later. I might walk around the back to see, but for now I'm going to walk back to where the ducks are and where they were being fed. So natural framing done. Let's go on to the next task. Now before I change the lens, let's have a look and see what it is. Waterfowl use leading lines. Right. I am some distance away from the nest. What I might do is I'll try it so it's somewhat open. You stay. So what I do instead, I'll get it to f8 and record it twice, and then we can put them both together, make a bracketing.
Yeah, I've seen the world and I know what it's got to give. Yeah, I've had some fun, but I know where I came from. Oh, I'm on my way back home. And I know on the other side of the great unknown, there's a place I'm welcome in, there's a place I know I'm called a friend, there's a place that I'm never alone. There's a place called home, a place called home. Oh, said I'm on my way back home. There's a place I'm welcome in, there's a place I know I'm called a friend, there's a place that I'm never alone. There's a place called home, a place called home. There's a place called home, a place called home.
And if anyone's wondering, that's the eggs. Well, the mum has nuts out on them. Got a few flies on them. They might be rotten. There's a cygnet. Okay, so the next one is waterfowl, but photographed while the animal is vocalizing. That one's going to be tricky. We'll have to go back to the 800mm.
Walk through the wood, towering evergreens shelter you. Sleep in the breeze, meadowlarks will sing to you.
Next challenge is too simple. Take a reflection of water. Let's get that coot coming.
Hold your head up, darling. Only God knows where you're going. Pull yourself together. Lovely puzzles sometimes fall apart. To the end of scenic highway, then come back again. Keep your Polaroids, those memories.
What are we going to do for this one? Bird interaction. Bird interaction. Bird interaction. There were some ravens actually earlier. I don't know where they've gone, though. I don't know where the parent's gone, but yeah, there is a mallard duck there, duck egg. Probably not the best place to lay an egg, and yeah, right on the side. Anyway, let's go back and see if we can find some birdies. Bird interactions. Bird interactions. Actually, should we try and get some of these the wagtails? There is a few wagtails around here. Let's would that class as something if we can see them eating? Now, did I actually say in the rules it has to be a photo? Because I definitely got interaction. Past 11. Let's see how many points we got. Oh, I got interaction as well. I did get interaction, didn't I? I'm going to count it. I got it on video. So actually we got 11 points because there was a glitch in this and it didn't tick it properly. If I tick it now, it's probably going to add another one. So it just glitched out. That's fine. I never said I was a professional. But yeah, 11 points and 1 failure. I almost done a stupid thing, you know. I was just walking back thinking I need to go back to the car. I forgot. I gotta get the trail camera, ain't I? Aliens, don't leave them alone. That is a dung beetle. They are actually like lilac. They're quite cute in their own way, but it doesn't like being moved. But we will move him off the path. Off the path.